Now, the attack on Charlie Kirk is the newest incident when it comes to political violence. And joining us tonight is Kentucky Representative Wade Williams to discuss today's tragedy. Wade, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for the invite. I'm sorry about some of the reasoning why we're here tonight, but my hearts and prayers go out to the family of Charlie Kirk for sure.
I echo that sentiment completely. First question I just wanted to ask you is, what was your initial reaction to hearing about this senseless, violent attack?
I think it's, as many people described, it's just heartbreaking, and you hate to hear it from anywhere, any sides, but I think the older you get, it hits harder when you see younger folks and young kids, and it's just tough. It's a tough thing to deal with.
Now, you have proposed a bill to up security for politicians. According to police, Charlie was escorted to the event with his own security detail. And while he is not an elected official, would you expand your proposed bill in January to include political activists like Charlie?
Well, we're certainly open to some dialogue about it. The bill, in essence, revolves around campaign finance money. So that may pose a little difficulty with the expansion of that. But I'm definitely open to dialogue, and certainly people that may feel threatened in any way, how we can protect them better. It's unfortunate that we have to do this. I filed this bill last year, right in the beginning stages. We had the tragic incident in Minnesota. And it just seems to be happening more and more, and we feel like it's time to do something. Those of us that want to step into the political arena to try to voice and represent our people, we want to make sure that we're safe at all times, and try to come up with a reasonable way to do that.
Now, kind of touching on that, what do you believe is the root cause of this rising political violence across our country?
I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but it feels like, there's so much. I think the rhetoric probably, to me, in my opinion, you get in these social media circles and you get in an echo chamber, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, and you don't have an opposing view. And that's one thing good about, when we talk about Charlie Kirk, he would go to places that weren't necessarily friendly, and they try to have an open conversation, and I think we've kind of lost that art, and certainly I think social media has added to that, and we kind of quit looking at each other as Americans first, and we kind of tag each other with some other label instead, so we can dehumanize the other one, and hopefully this will jar us enough. Maybe we can think through that and rethink it.
And then just lastly here, what can be done, do you think, to unite the country and just put an end to all of this?
Guys, I don't know. It's a big question. I'd probably like a lot of money if I could come up with the answer to that. But, just start looking at each other as people, I think, first, and that we're all here and we all have an opinion. And, all of us are people, not just labels. I think that would go a long way.
Well, once again, this is Kentucky Representative Wade Williams joining us. Wade, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us tonight.
Thank you for the invitation.